because my cloud. All right, and we are here. All right, and we are here. All right, the big house read through. Starring Drea, Jam, and Just. Um, yeah, so I want to run down just the developmental, the thought process behind, and then we can go into a read through, and then I would love to have some feedback from y'all as far as what you think about the flow and if you can visualize the words. And anything else y'all want to like talk about feedback wise. I will say this that the script is not complete for today's read through. It's going to be a 30-minute play. I have about 20 pages, and all that's missing, unfortunately, is the monologue from the Fisher. So I have the script all the way up until the Fisher comes in. So just if you are okay with reading the stage directions, it's a lot of stage directions. But if you're okay with reading that, and then we can talk about the Fisher character. I just don't have that scene ready to present. Like,
is the stage director like if he was reading, it would be the narrator like that?
you know what? Usually I tried doing that before with the Institute Pursuit, like having a narrator, but this one it's not going to be a narrator. So the reason for the stage directions in this particular play is to help us out as the actors so we can visualize what we're acting in, if that makes sense. Okay. And then it's also for the sound designer so that he can know like because I put in like directions and I mean obviously, but kind of sound cues in there too. But no, it won't be a narrator for this play. And I like I said, like I want to challenge myself by not having to, hold the audience's hand. Like, oh, the waiter picks up the phone. Like I want to see if I can use sound and words to do that. So this play is a huge challenge. And the last thing I'll say too about the challenging part, I got a note from my professor last semester, and I was writing an audio play in that class. It was a playwriting class, and one of the feedback that I got, she was like, yeah, like this is great and all, but consider writing for the stage, like consider writing for the resources that you have. I'm like, man, I don't write for the stage. I don't see myself being produced in theater, even though I am writing theater. But I want to challenge myself this time around and write a script that can be translated into an audio play, into a film, into a stage. So it's very simplistic, but I hope that in the simplicity of it that there can still be some drama or some theater or something to bring to life, and y'all can let me know if that works too. All right, quick synopsis. This man walks in, and I use the Jam character because this play is a part of the Lost Dogs Chase Tales series, but I also wanted to stand alone by itself, and the way that I tried to do that was no one says anyone's name. If anyone refers to anyone in the play, it's like sir at the waiter or ma'am or girl, like when the waiter's talking to the Fisher, like she might say something like girl, but no one says each other's name. It is a part of the series, but again, kind of playing like I want anyone to be able to pick up this script and to be able to read it. So a man walks into a 24-hour seafood restaurant late at night. It's called the Big House Seafood Restaurant. And hijinks ensue. You have a waiter character who is working by herself. She has a cleaning list that the owner left for her to do. She has to cook, she has to clean, she has to serve, she has to do it all, and she's fed up. This man comes in at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he like doesn't remember where he came from. Essentially, he has amnesia. So what happens is there's like this kind of tension that the waiter has that it's directed at the man, but she's really frustrated with how her job and like her career choices and like because the seafood restaurant is going under renovations right now, so she has to step up, but she doesn't feel like she's being compensated by the owner. That gets revealed later. The man eventually is like, all right, look, I'm scared. There's a thunderstorm happening all the while this is happening too. The man is like, look, I'm trying to get the night over with. I know you're trying to get the night over with. Let's play a game of 21 questions. And from that game, a lot of the plot spirals out. A lot of information is told about the waiter. And the climax of the play happens when the Fisher, who the waiter's on the phone with almost the entire time, the Fisher returns from sea or the Chesapeake Bay because they're out catching the next day's catch. But the storm is happening, so they have to get back in. The Fisher comes, the power's out in the Big House Seafood Restaurant, the power's out. The Fisher comes back, and the Fisher is representing very much that Piscean energy, that like Jesus Christ energy, that whole like I was out on sea and like essentially the Fisher's going to create this monologue of I was out on sea, the boat flipped over and I saw an angel, or like I saw God, and it's going to be delivered in a comedic way, but she's going to be saying some real shit as far as like basically just a metaphor for like I need to quit this job and I'm going to set sail, I'm going to take the company boat and I'm going to get out of here. So the Fisher provides a comedic relief, but also a spiritual relief, or a moment of internalization for the other characters. Like, and after the waiter hears that monologue, she's like, you know what, I'm about to quit my job. And then the man is like, well, I need to figure out who I am and what I'm going to do. And then everyone leaves. But it all happens in a matter of one night. That was the first. Okay, that was like I had to practice doing that pitch, if that made sense. So if there's no questions or comments, Drea will be playing the waiter. Just will be playing the Fisher. It's about 20 pages I have of the script, which equates to about 20 minutes, like a minute a page. And the total, it's going to be a short one. It's going to be 30 minutes because I want to, again, challenge myself to how much drama or story or plot can I fit into 30 minutes? And then also keeping in mind of my audience as far as like social media listeners and online engagement. So, and I got to pat myself on the back real quick because I think I did it. Because usually, man, the last plat was like an hour 20, damn near 2 hours long. So I want to be concise. So yeah, if there's nothing else, if there's no comments or questions, please ask questions because I know like that. We good? All right, we good to read?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I would ask Just if you can read the stage directions, which are all on the right. I would ask if you can also read the directions that are underneath the character's name. For example, on page, I don't know.
Okay, so I thought you was pulling it up on the thing.
Oh, yes, I can do that. Yep, let me do that.
Okay, cool.
Share screen. Whiteboard. Why is saying unknown? Desktop one. Open. Allow Zoom to share. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Please hold. Allow Zoom to share. Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to quit and come back because apparently, yeah. So I'm gonna leave the meeting and I'm gonna come back. Let me assign someone to be the host so it don't end the whole thing. I'm gonna make you the host. I gotta leave in order to change the settings because this computer I have to like.
Okay.
Come right back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
This computer. That's why I had me converted. Okay. All right, and we're back. So this is the read through, the first read through for the big house. Are we ready?
Yes.
We all good? I was answering that text.
Yes. Right. I just let me ask this question real fast.
Yeah, please.
You're reading the title, right?
You read it. Go ahead. Yeah. I was gonna introduce it because I also had this idea of like reading and recording the play for y'all, because one of my professors had said that, and I thought that was a really cool idea, especially like working with other actors. Like if I record how like the play and like read it to y'all, but I don't got no time this time around. Maybe for the next one.
Okay. Lost Dogs Chase Tales, Book 5, The Big House, written by the world premiere.
Let's go.
Cast. I'm sorry. Am I saying this part too?
If you want to.
Okay, I just want to make sure because okay. Should we start from the beginning again and keep going?
Sure.
Let's go. Cool. Lost Dogs Chase Tales, Book 5, The Big House, written by the world premiere.
Yeah.
Cast. Jim, the waiter, the Fisher.
All right.
You have to move your little thing to the other side. I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. How about now? Okay, hold on. Yeah, because the cursor's on it.
Yeah, because you're Oh, actually, never mind. It was me. I was just supposed to move you. I was supposed to move you over to the other side.
Gotcha. All good.
Okay. 1:03 a.m. Inside of the Big House seafood restaurant, the waiter is humming Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega as it plays from her earphones as she goes from the back room to the bar, performing her waiter duties. The front doors swing open. J.A. Ja
Thanks.
enters. Jam enters, covering up from the rainstorm outside. He swipes his feet a few times and lifts his raincoat hood. His eyes squint as they adjust to the bright, almost blue fluorescent lights coming from the bar ceiling. The waiter does not notice him. Jim looks around him, taking in the atmosphere of the restaurant. It's small. Some construction materials are piled in the corner. Newly moved in furniture pieces with the plastic cover still on them. Murals of nautical sea creatures are painted along the perimeter of the restaurant. The paintings wrap around the entire restaurant until they meet at the edge where the bar is placed in the left corner. The bar sits underneath a giant ship coming out of the wall, protruding outward towards the seating area of the restaurant. The ship in the
Sorry. Yeah,
The ship installation includes cosmic designs along the starboard, complete with the steering mast. A figurehead of a mermaid is placed in front of the bow of the ship. The seating area is preset, some round tables in the shapes of steering masts coming from the floor. The booths surround the border of the seating area. On top of them are fish nets that contain various stuffed sea animals. One lantern dangles from the roof of each booth. The bar area contains a swing door which leads to the kitchen. The kitchen is never seen. Along the wall of the bar area are various health code certificates. Excellent service. Department of Labor recognized business. There are also reviews. Best darn crab cake in Baltimore, 2009. And best new seafood restaurant, 1995. Jim takes in the atmosphere and brings his attention to the bar. He takes his coat off and sits at the end of the bar, closest to the bar entrance. Suddenly, a raven from inside of its cage caws hysterically to let the waiter know there is a customer.
And I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, so I raise my head.
The waiter notices Jan. He gives her a common smile. The waiter's eyes widen and she immediately pivots back into the kitchen. The raven flaps its wings and caws. From the kitchen on the phone.
Damn it. Damn. I knew it. The exact same night Mr. Barnes had put up that 24-hour sign, there was bound to be someone to walk in all kinds of odd hours. It's a man, I think. Yeah, girl, I got my mace. I'm not playing with this city. Yep, I told you as. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and do my intros or whatever.
I won't bother you too much, just avoiding the storm. But I'll definitely be buying something, so...
Here's the menu. We don't serve everything on the menu after midnight because this is our first night open as a 24-hour joint. The entire place is being rebranded, as you can see by the construction mess. I'm sure you don't mind, so can I get you some coffee to start?
Water, actually, please. Thank you. Yeah, I saw the new furniture pieces wrapped up there. Have y'all always been here? Like, in the harbor? Why is this my first time noticing this place?
The waiter disappears. She steps back into the kitchen. The raven calls.
All right.
Girl, now he's trying to make small talk. I cannot. I have way too much to do right now. And the last thing I need is some airhead walking in wanting to talk about his life problems. Yes. Yes. Okay, here I go. Here you
The
go.
waiter walks through the swing doors.
Here you go.
Thank you. So I have a question about the menu.
Like what? Everything's self-explanatory, sir. It's like any old other seafood joint in the harbor.
Yeah, but I'd like to get a recommendation. How's the seafood dumpling?
Good.
Okay. The sizzling crab grand slam?
Unavailable after midnight, but good.
How about the
Sir, I can't scratch that. I refuse to do this with you all night. I have a cleaning list to catch up on. Now, what will it be?
I'll have the hush puppies, please.
Thank you.
The waiter yells through the kitchen window.
Yeah.
A basket of hushers?
The waiter walks through the swing door on the phone.
Girl, yeah, I got me one of them ones out there at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now I can see if it was 7, 8, 9 a.m. Right, no kind of life. This is not midnight dinner. This is not Is that diner or dinner?
Yeah, that's diner. So, that's my bad. So let me make it. Yeah, this is a reference to a TV show, but I can, like tweak it with the grammar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll watch just so I can.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no,
so I can like what's going on.
Okay,
but
okay.
Okay, this is not midnight diner. You're not about to come in here and have a heart to heart. Oh no, honey. You're gonna come in here, eat this food, and go on your way. Girl, what? Oh, right. How you doing out there? You still on track to come back at 2, right? Okay, just checking. Be safe. Hello? Hello? Damn.
The call drops. The waiter peeps her head through the kitchen window to check on Jen. He reaches for the television remote across the bar.
Sorry, sir. The power behind the bar isn't working, so you won't be able to watch TV.
Oh, damn. I was trying to get a weather update. It seems like the rain's picking up out there.
There's a portable radio right here. I'll turn it on for you.
The waiter reaches through the kitchen window to turn on the radio. Radio static. The signal changes as the waiter shuffles through to find the news report. Bits of songs may play, for instance, a clip from Tide is High by Blondie.
So this is the newscaster.
That's the one I'm doing as well.
Mm-hmm. If you want to, I can read it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
This is this is an actual radio, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, do I say WURL?
Yes, you do say. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, world. Get it.
This is WURL, Baltimore's premier newscast. Tonight's segment, Eye of the Storm. We'll be tracking the progress of what is now being classified. Oh, there's actual static noise.
Right.
So I say that still. Okay, got it.
You don't have to. Right.
Okay. F3, as we are approaching the eye of the storm, the mayor is now being pressured to declare a state of emergency. Declaring now will ensure the speediness of power, restoration in local communities for the countless expected outages this storm is sure to bring with its aftermath. Can I read that again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want to start from this is WURL? I'll do the static noises. Okay.
Yeah, because the last time I watched the news, but I'm trying to think about
right. So even if it's
What?
just like a hyper version of like this is WURL.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is WURL, Baltimore's premier newscast. Tonight's segment, Eye of the Storm. We'll be tracking the progress of what is now being classified. F3, as we are approaching the eye of the storm, The mayor is now being pressured to declare a state of emergency. Declaring now will ensure the speediness of power restoration in local communities for the countless expected outages the storm is sure to bring with its aftermath.
Damn. Already planning for the absolute worst, huh?
That's all they can do, man. All these poor people want their power back.
Is that too much to ask?
Apparently.
The waiter initiates a phone call. No response. She leaves a voice message.
Hey, not sure if the call dropped last time, but I just heard the storm is getting worse. I think you should try and get back ASAP. Call me.
The mayor is advising that everyone find shelter immediately as the city nears the eye of the storm.
Well, looks like I'll be staying here a bit longer than expected.
Puppies ready? Bet.
The phone rings.
Hey, oh my goodness. Yes, come back here ASAP. Them fishes will be there tomorrow, girl. I'm about to go back out there and serve this food and get back to scrubbing this floor. And this customer is working my nerves right now. He better not try and start no more small talk with me. It's just weird. Next thing I know, he's going to ask me what my sign is. I might just have to.
The waiter walks through the swing door with a hot plate in hand.
So, what's your sign?
Oh, go ahead.
The waiter,
Yeah, right.
the waiter throws the plate on the bar.
You know I can hear you from back there, right?
Sir, this is my first night working the 24-hour shift. I'm the only server on the floor tonight, which means on top of wearing the stupid uniform, I have to get through this cleaning list. Tally up our supply in the back, serve customers, count the register, and try to find time for a smoke break. The very last thing I need is a complete stranger coming in here at 1 o'clock in the morning, initiating a game of 21 questions.
Thunder strikes outside. The raven caws. The waiter attempts to soothe the raven.
All right, hush. Just a little storm. Yep, that's right. A little storm here. Hush, puppy, your favorite. Now and hush.
Look, I'm just like that bird, terrified of thunderstorms. Just the thought that bolts of electricity can come down and strike you where you stand is...
Thunder strikes again. The raven caws. Jam screams. The waiter laughs.
I figure since you and me are going to be cooped up in here for a minute, we play one round of 21 questions.
Sir.
Just one round while I wait for my meal. I won't bother you for the rest of the night.
You mean until the rain lets up and let you leave?
Whichever comes sooner.
You promise you'll leave me alone and we're done?
Here, pinky promise.
I don't know where your hands been. Fine.
They pinky promise. The waiter runs to the sink to wash her hands. As she speaks.
No double questions. If you try to ask 2 questions in a row, the other person gets to ask 2 questions, and that goes up towards 21. Got it? No taking too long to answer questions, no cop-outs, and I can sense when people are BSing. No repeating question, that gets real boring real fast. No personal questions, and no...
Whoa. Define personal questions.
Only ask stuff that you can see in this restaurant. Nothing outside of here is your business.
All right.
I'll start. 1. What are you doing here of all places at 1 o'clock in the morning?
To avoid the rain, to avoid the thunderstorm.
No, that's not what I meant. Like, where did you come from before being in here, and where are you heading after you leave from here?
That's a double question. I get to ask 2 questions now.
The waiter sighs.
What's with the bird?
3 months ago, I rescued her from out on the docks. She was the last... she was the last one of her pack, fighting off these seagulls for leftover scraps we threw out. She was holding her own until a whole troop of seagulls came back. I don't know why, but she wouldn't just fly away. She was just fighting them all by herself, even when she was visibly hurt.
To the raven. Oh, wait, am I supposed to?
Yes.
Okay.
Must have been one good crab cake, huh? Ray?
The raven caws in response. The waiter laughs.
So when I started to see blood, I stopped recording the fight on my phone and went in and shooed the seagulls off of her and brought her back in the kitchen, cleaned her wounds and fed her and let her back outside. But she kept flying back here at the same time every day. I guess she lost her flock. She's here tonight for the same reason you are, to avoid the rain.
To the raven.
I hope you don't think I'm holding you. I hope you don't think I'm holding you hostage, Ray. It's just for your own good, okay? Until the storm passes, then you can go, okay?
The raven flaps its wings.
All right, my go. 3, where were you coming from before here, and where were you hitting after?
Jam pauses. The sound of water swelling inside the pipes. A buildup, followed by a slow leak.
Wait, do you hear that?
Don't try avoiding the question. This was your idea.
No, for real. Listen.
Ugh, let me go find a bucket.
The waiter runs through the swing doors. She yells from the kitchen.
But don't think I'm not keeping my ears open for the answer to my question. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
The waiter returns.
Hello? No taking long to answer questions, remember? Say something.
The waiter places the bucket underneath the leak. The water drops echo off the empty bucket.
I don't remember.
No cop-outs.
No, for real. I seriously can't remember. Is my phone on me?
Jam checks his pants pocket for his phone. The waiter pulls out her phone and uses the flashlight to access the water leak.
Gotta document this so Mr. Barnes can take care of this in the morning.
I can't believe I ain't checked my phone since I've been in here.
Let me grab a ladder.
The waiter pulls the ladder from the swing door and prompts it next to the bucket. She begins to climb up.
It's dead.
Say, you mind plugging my phone into charge?
Oh, my bad. That's me.
Oh.
Say, you mind
Oh,
plugging?
I was about to say, girl, why was you done left the ladder and went and got your phone?
So this is happening. It's happening simultaneously. So like they talking to each other, but they're doing two different things.
Right.
So,
okay. Because then that's what I was thinking. But then I'm like, girl, why do you two have a phone? Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna call out to you. Say, you mind plugging into your character? Say, you mind plugging in my phone to charge?
From atop the ladder, paying attention to the water leak.
Kind of occupied at the moment. There's a charger behind the bar. Plug it in there yourself.
Nervously walking towards the bar.
Myself. All right.
Taking pictures of the leak to herself.
Yes, sir, Mr. Barnes. This is going to be your problem to deal with in the morning because I don't get paid to fix leaks. No, sir. Make sure I document this.
Jam is reaching for the charger. He plugs it in the socket. No charge signal.
Hey, does your charger work or?
Flip the extension cord on, genius.
Oh, right.
Jam reaches for the extension cord plug behind the bar. He's shaking. Then flip.
That was easy. Hey,
I
thought you said the power behind the bar wasn't working.
Wait, it's not.
Before the waiter can finish the sentence, the lights behind the power up and flicker. The television turns on, revealing security camera footage coming from 5 different camera angles in and around the Big House seafood restaurant. A power on sound comes from a security camera sitting on top of the swing doors leading to the kitchen, facing the bar. Another security camera lights on from above the cash register. The waiter and Jam stand in silence. All you can hear is the storm picking up outside. Then the restaurant's line phone blares out a loud ringtone, startling the Raven. The waiter propels herself to the Raven. Then she pivots instead, running towards the phone. She's conflicted. To Jam.
Sit on that. Oh my goodness. I'm so goddamn excited. I didn't win there. Hold on, let me start over.
Go there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, where was I even at? Okay, sit on the bar stool and look like a satisfied customer.
But I'm not.
Clenching her mouth so her teeth don't show.
Right now.
Yes.
Jam sits. The phone continues to ring. The waiter takes her apron off and covers the birdcage. The raven's wings are flapping ferociously. The waiter shuffles the bird cage through the seating area and into the kitchen. As this is happening, Jam answers the phone.
Hello. Welcome to the Big House Seafood Restaurant, home of Baltimore's best crab cake, now open 24 hours. How may I help you? Oh, Mr. Barnes. Oh, owner of the Big House Seafood Restaurant, home of Baltimore's best crab cake, now open 24 hours. Who am I? What's my name? Well, sir, I don't remember. No, I haven't been drinking. It's just last I recall was me walking into this restaurant.
The waiter yanks the phone from Jam's hands and motions him to sit at the bar stool.
Hey, Mr. Barnes. Who was that? That was me, sir.
Mimicking Jam.
Well, sir, I don't really remember. Last I recall was
back to her voice.
See, fooled you, huh? Yeah, you can see from the cameras above the kitchen door. You say.
The waiter motions her hand left and right.
So you can see me waving right now? Thank God for technology.
Sir, I'm just a customer here, avoiding the storm, but can I say what a lovely place you have here? The food is exquisite and the service, top tier.
Covering the phone's mouthpiece, whispering to Jam.
Shut up.
Back to the phone.
Right, sir. Yeah, so the storm must have knocked the power out behind the bar, but looks like it's back on now. Yep. You and your wife are about to set sail for what?
Canes.
Oh, okay. You and your wife are about to set sail for Canes right now? That's lovely, sir. Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but you did assign me a pretty long list of things to do tonight in preparation for the reopening. On top of having to serve, on top of being the only person working tonight. So I should go. Oh, you want to speak to the customer, sir?
The waiter hesitates. She covers the mouthpiece of the phone and whispers.
Please don't mention anything about the bird. Please.
Pinky promise. Blah!
Stop.
She hands Jam the phone and goes through the swing door.
Hello, sir? Oh, yeah, the atmosphere here is great. It's just the storm here, man. I mean, sir. Yeah, I was saying that when I walked in. I had no idea this place even existed before tonight. Get out. 1994, huh? Well, best of luck to you in the new renovations. Just wish I could try that crab sizzler. But the waitress let me know that certain items weren't available after midnight. So I guess I'll just... You don't say. Every item? Well, in that case, I'll take me one of those crab sizzlers. And what else?
The waiter glares through the kitchen window. Jam grabs the menu from off of the bar.
Well, sir, what do you recommend? The crab oil? Yes, please. One of those. And yes, I'm quite hungry, sir. An order of the crab cakes.
To the waiter.
Are you getting this?
The waiter grabs the phone through the kitchen window and hangs it up.
Hey.
Ugh.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
You. Oh, yes, sir.
Mimicking the waiter.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, right away, sir. Oh, no, sir.
It's called having to deal with people on the job. What even is your day job anyway? Exactly.
Why are you putting up with all of this? I mean, clearly you hate working here.
Who said that? Wait, don't answer that. You still have to answer the question I asked you.
I told you. I don't remember. Maybe when my phone turns back on.
I can't.
She walks away aloud.
You try to connect with people and they still want to withhold information. Like, sir, you're probably just some health inspector. You is not that important.
The restaurant phone rings. The waiter and Jam race to it. Jam gets to the phone first. The waiter tries to grab the phone through the kitchen window, but Jam points to the camera above the cash register. The waiter yields.
Hello? Oh, yeah, sir. It must have been a bad connection. Storm here is still brewing. Yes, everything's fine. Thank you. Sir? This may sound silly, but I was playing a round of 21 questions with your fabulous waitress here. And well, since she's hard at work fixing the food, cleaning and whatnot, I figured I could ask you a couple of questions about the restaurant, if you have the time. Great. Okay. I believe we were on question 4. What is this new artwork you have on the wall above the hostess stand? Octavian victory at the naval battle of Actium. Is that Rome, sir? Ah, yes. Okay. Well, next question. What's the significance of the taxidermy animals hanging on the wall above the bar? I never understood hunting animals for sport, unless that sport is an eating competition. Am I right? All right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You know what, sir? I agree with you. Hold on.
To the waiter.
Mr. Barnes said you should tell me about these 3 dead sea creatures on the wall. He said something about a customer hospitality policy, practicing that new script for the oncoming tourist season.
You're lucky we're being watched.
Lighten up. You got to admit, this is helping to pass the time.
The waiter pulls out index cards from her apron. She reads aloud.
Our proud owner, Mr. Kenneth Barnes, founded the Big House Seafood Restaurant in 1994 and opened the restaurant in 1995. By 96, the restaurant had won the hearts and stomachs of local Baltimoreans. Commuting through the inner harbor, the restaurant captured their hearts and stomachs of tourists all over the world after the episode of The Wire was filmed here in 2002. Home of the world's most delicious seafood dishes, the Big House has rivals like the Red Lobster, Phillips, the Crack Pot, and more recently, the Crafty Crab. The Baltimore Sun called their crab cakes banging good. Kenneth Barnes says his recipe for the world's famous Big House bottom of the barrel crab cakes is simple. Craft, sauce, and a whole lot of barrels. We only pick the crabs from the bottom of the barrel, says Barnes. The ones at the top, they're too eager, too aggressive. The ones at the bottom, they know their fate. They're similar with the hunt. So we make sure to prioritize those bottom of the barrel curmudgeons. What?
Curmudgeons.
Curmudgeons. Then put the ones scrounging for escape back to the bottom and start the process all over again. You might have noticed the taxidermy animals behind the bar. The king-size crab, the prehistoric scorpion, and the twin rainbow color Atlantic codfish.
The waiter has moved from the swing doors to the extension cord. She unplugs it, turning off the security camera system, the television, and the phone.
Hey, what gives? I wanted to learn about that fossil scorpion thing.
Forget this job.
Question 5. Why don't you just quit then?
Excuse me?
Clearly, you hate working here.
Hold on, I lost my page.
All right, all good.
Okay. I don't hate working here. I just hate working here now. This transition, the script, the security camera, the new artwork. Did Mr. Barnes mention to you that he's gonna be 30 million in the can after these renovations? Forget Canes. You're in the can. Keeping the power on 24 hours, paying that loan off for those security cameras. Why are you watching me? Why aren't you here for your own grand reopening? So you and Canes, huh? How's Canes, Barney? That's great. Well, I'm emptying the cans here, Barnes, and throwing away all your predated cream of crab soup. Tell the Baltimore Sun about that recipe, jackass. Oh no, we're just here working all night and day like the Michael Jackson song. Well, this is it. This is it.
I know you said no repeating questions, but again, why don't you just quit? Or at least tell Mr. Barnes yourself on how you feel.
Look, the jig is up, okay? I know you're the health inspector or somebody Barnes sent to check on me, just by the way you interacted with him on the phone. You must be here to audit, evaluate, or whatever it is y'all do. I'm not going to quit just because I don't like how things are running. But if you're going to report back to Barnes, tell him something has to be done about this place. The usual crowd that got this place to where it is not coming out to eat anymore. They're ordering in. We don't do deliveries. Hell, have you ever met a pescatarian who eats out frequently? I thought so. Vegans the only ones eating out these days. No options for them here. You tell Mr. Barnes that it's going to take more than some razzle dazzle with the artwork to spruce this place up. It's going to take grassroots effort, creativity, doing the field research and what your customers want. And please, God, please get rid of these damn security cameras.
Jam sits on the bar stool with the phone in his hand. Thunder strikes. The raven calls from the kitchen. The waiter runs to the kitchen. Jam hides underneath the bar. The power in the entire restaurant goes out. The bird cage falls, letting out the raven. The waiter shrieks. She tries to capture the raven, but it is resisting, leaving scars on the waiter's arms. The raven continues to fly around the kitchen.
Oh, okay, you can plug the restaurant back into the socket now. Hey, you all right?
No, Ray.
The back door to the restaurant flies open from the large winds. Boxes and trash fly around the kitchen. The winds open the swing door, blowing over receipts, napkins, utensils, etc. The raven flies outside the back door. The waiter screams. The waiter runs back into the bar from the kitchen. She finds Jam. The wind begins to wind down. The waiter is crying.
Are you okay?
Crying but shouting over the wind.
Ray flew out into the storm. I had a dream the other night.
What? And then it ends right there. All right, I just want to say thank y'all for reading through and powering through that. I get a lot of good notes just from how y'all are reading and just wanting it to come across as the playwright, wanting it to come across as natural, hearing y'all how y'all read it. So I'm gonna go back and tweak some of the like colloquialisms and all that. But thank y'all. All right. Okay. Your thoughts. What y'all
I would like to know your feedback for the way I deliver it. Like, I know you said that, but can you elaborate? Like,
yeah, like for the newscaster or just in general, like reading.
Yeah, like just all of it, like how like it's being delivered in general.
Yeah, no, I thought it was cool that you wanted to go back and reread it. Like you're like, can I go back and reread that? And that was great. Like this is WURL, Baltimore. Like even when I do trope, because these are all like tropes or archetypes. Like the newscaster is an archetype, the waiter is an archetype. So whenever you like tap into whatever you imagine or experience another waiter or newscaster, that's is right. It's no like right or wrong type of thing. But I like performances that the actor gives more, like than rather than giving less, you know, like rather than like mumbling and not. So I thought it was great that you gave, especially for the newscaster. Now, when it comes to the stage directions, I wasn't paying attention to how you were delivering that because I know that those aren't going to be said. But I was more so listening to kind of these transitions that I had as far as like what kind of breaks the monotony as far as directions. And I wrote this down. This is on like the first page with like the whole page is dedicated to freaking stage directions. And it was like right here that I kind of wrote down like the bar area contains a swing door which leads to the kitchen. The kitchen is never seen. Along the walls of the bar, like though, like that little moment of like the kitchen is never seen. I think like those are powerful, even when it comes to like just one sentence type of things. In my stage directions, I try to be descriptive, but then I also want to move the story along. So I am learning how to like have effective stage directions. So that would even be a question I would have to y'all. Like, how did it read for you?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like for as far as like my question, would you put the kitchen is never seen like in italics or something? Like how would you?
Yeah,
like...
no, that's really It was just something how you read it, it just stood out from everything else that you said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that. Like the kitchen is never seen, and these are very distinct, or even bolded. Yeah, because that's like say someone else reproduces this play, like that's something that I would want that director to know. Like, make sure that you don't see the kitchen, because the kitchen also represents in a lot of ways the waiter's subconscious. She has a lot of conversations that she doesn't think that the man is going to hear. So like it's really her talking to herself. So I want to make that clear. Like the kitchen is never seen because it's like that's where the waiter goes to have her like private moments of like, damn. So yeah.
Oh, would you bold the other kitchen parts too?
I'm not sure.
Or no?
Yeah, probably not. Just like things that I might want to like, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Anything else? How did it like sound like for the waiter? Like would you say these types of things like in your day-to-day life? And you can be brutally honest too, like if it don't, because
Yeah, I was about to say it was like just this would be my third time reading it, and it was way more easy to flow through, like in my mind, like what's going on.
Okay, good.
And then on top of that, the Raven, how you incorporated that, I thought that was really good because my feedback last time was like, well, what's up with the Raven? And now in this one, it makes like a lot more sense. Like, oh, this is just a bird that keeps coming back. And now the bird is like inside because of the storm type situation. So, like, the Raven flows into the story a lot more.
For sure. Yeah.
I think it's damn good. I like it.
Oh, thank you. That's good. That's great. That's great. And Leia, yeah, the waiter is just tied. She tied. Tied. And what I hope to reveal, and I didn't mean to leave this as a cliffhanger, but what's going to happen next is that the waiter, when the power goes out of an entire restaurant, I don't know if I don't know, for me it wasn't clear, maybe just because I don't know what I was paying attention to, but what ends up happening in the end is that, or towards the end of this script, is the power in the whole restaurant goes out. So not just behind the bar. Like
okay, so yeah, that part. I thought she just unplugged it and that was just kind of where it went out. But then I could kind of tell like, oh, something must have happened that like more severe, because it was like one part where it was like, hey, you can turn the power back on.
Right. Okay.
That is really it flows a lot more. And then on top of that, I think the last time I was saying like the TV, I didn't get the whole thing with the security system. That part was like it flows more with the story. Like, oh, okay, like they're in, cameras are already off. That's why she's feeling so free. Then the moment that the cameras come on, she's feeling more restricted. Yeah. And then that part where it goes off again, that's the part where I'm like, oh shit, it went off again, or did she unplug it? But Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I want to leave those questions open too. How did the phone conversations come across? And I know this is a challenge for me too, where like I don't want to, for the character, I don't want them to repeat too much, but it's like I do want them to reveal some information through the phone call. So like I do a lot of like repeating, like for example, on page 17, when the Jam character is talking to Mr. Barnes, he's like, "What is the new artwork you have on the wall above the hostess stand?" Even when I read that answer out loud, it sounded like a lot like the Octavian victory at the naval battle of Actium. Like I'll like that's a lot.
Shit.
Yeah, and even that, even I want to play with a lot of like water symbolism in.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be even cool if it was more so like the type of owners that like they are giving it all the information, whereas like they kind of came into the 21 questions without even knowing it. Whereas like, oh, let me speak to the customer again, and they're like, oh, hey, so how do you like, you know, XYZ, and maybe they butcher the name of it, like, oh, Octavian, oh, the naval battle of blah 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 blah, just to break it up a bit.
Yeah, because it's like I ain't never heard of that before.
Yeah,
I like that. The waiter kind of goes mad towards the end. So, and again, this is just a read through, but for a follow up and then like for the recording at the end, you know, like the waiter has to read from these index cards for like the tourists for the grand reopening, but she goes like mad on this is page 19. Like she starts to say, you know, when Jam interrogates her, it's like, why don't you just quit? Like, it's not like, you know, she's not a quitter. Like, I'm not a quitter, but this transition is just weird. Like, I'm not with this transition. So towards the end,
and I like that part where it's like, I know, like, I wish I would have probably read that a little sooner just so I could see, like, oh, like, she's being more aggressive, but it's just like, I know who you are. Da, 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 da. Like, that was cool. Getting to that part, it didn't lead up like, oh, she's getting frustrated. She's getting more aggressive.
Got you. And so, all right, yeah, moving on. All right, cool. Flow is what I'm looking for. This script is not going to change too much for the next rehearsal, which will probably be the last rehearsal. And that meeting, and we can set up that time. That'll be more so of us like getting into character work as much as we can. I even got my notes right here, writing that down. But like hearing how you would say these words. I don't have particular when it comes down to the directions. I'll always like kind of lead with like a suggestion on how you can do it, but I am very much looking forward to how y'all interpret these words, and especially the waiter, since the waiter talks the most throughout the play. And just to say that you're showing the most range, your character shows a lot of range. So I'm excited to get into like normal conversations on the phone, but then like going into that madness, and I'm excited to see how you interpret that. Moving on. The Fisher is going to come in, and the Fisher, like what happens right here on page 20 at the end, like what? Boom, the Fisher comes in through the swing doors, and she's very much giving like drenched, covered in water, maybe some kelp, some sea things, and it kind of looks like a sea monster. But then we turn the flashlight on and we just look like, oh girl, it's you. So ultimately the waiter's been talking to the Fisher that whole time up until the phone got cut off. So that's who, you know, it is going to be revealed through the text. And it's only about, we're on page 20. The Fisher's going to say her monologue like, y'all, I got the meaning of life. I saw an angel on the water. My life almost ended, and I saw an angel on the water. And so, and I got that for you. I do apologize. I just didn't. I have a draft of it in the folder, but I didn't have time to refine that because that's going to be a breakup of the entire play. It's the climax, but the Fisher has such a swag to them, and we talked about this before. Just like as far as like how she goes about like saying her words, kind of like sing-songy. It does break up this kind of normal conversation. So that's essentially going to be the climax. It's going to be maybe like a whole page. Again, you don't got to memorize it, but it'll probably be an entire page monologue.
I'll memorize it.
It's all good. No, yeah, because this is gonna take up a good like 2 to 3 pages. Essentially, what happens in the monologue is right now I gotta rewatch Flights' the 7 cosmology, the 7 water cycles, and what I'm hoping is to extract that knowledge and then to interpret it into the play. So it's like dropping some gems, but it's inside of a play. So I know I need to go back and watch that video so I can like actually know and then point to certain things within the monologue. So that's my homework. But I will have that by next week. And is there anything else? Because I'm a switch gears. I'm really excited. I'm glad that it flows, but I was gonna start to switch gears into like logistical when next time we can meet and all that stuff. It's simple. It's a simple story. I will say that it's very simple, but I hope that in the dialogue it can kind of create like a sense of drama or like that you would even like. Because it's just a normal night in a diner, but it's like damn.
In a diner.
Yeah.
Okay, like, so I have a question. So
yes,
the part in the play where it said you said something about a painting. You said, is this like whatever particular painting? That's something I'm drawing or no?
No.
Okay.
That's literally the other night I like popped 2 edibles and then I was watching this movie called The History of the World. And then they was talking about Rome, and I was like, let me look up ancient Roman like theater. So I was like watching YouTube videos and shit, and I just saw this picture of a boat that apparently was painted back in Rome time, but whatever. And it was like a naval battle, and I was like, that would be cool to incorporate into the play, and to say like the owner who was like literally like Masonic out, you know, like he would have some Roman shit like in the. So that's what I went into with that.
So the reason I asked is because you know how it's gonna be the audio playing throughout, and when it gets to that particular part, something visually is gonna be on the screen. So now that I know more, like a little more, I can kind of portray what that particular part is gonna be. Because that's all.
Yeah. Oh, heard. And I won't stop you from if you are inspired to do that. But yeah.
Because I could look that up. And then find the image and then put it there so that it's seen. And then, also my art, like that part might just be emphasized, like this is what, like zoom out, like this is what it is, and then goes back into the rest of my art type thing.
Got you. And I can look up that image and put it into the folder too. I'll do that right after this. And put into folder. Yeah. And so, and it's only about like 10 more pages left, 10 more minutes left. And then that's the end of the play. Simple. All right. So switching gears. Let me, how do I?
So this whole thing is for the image, the picture I sent you. For when I guess you're going to put all of this together and then put that image with this, right? For this.
Yeah. Okay. Go and because I was gonna make a social media post, but because you had said Zoom, I didn't post it. But later on, I would ask for y'all permission to post even this what we just did onto Zoom, like maybe like later, like maybe within, because the goal is to release the final product tourist season and using all of Aries season to mix and master and edit cover art. Yeah. So it'll probably be something I'll just post later on. Yeah.
So the reason I asked is because the next time we meet, it would be a different image.
Okay. Cool. No, I appreciate that. And even me asking you that, I was like, if you even have some like old like images, I was like, because it was very last minute. I think I texted you like, I was like, hey, if you got, but that's cool. I'm with that. Thank you. Yeah. So I updated the schedule in the folder just to kind of reflect how we shifted. We're still on track. It's just we've done different things during different weeks. And this is kind of like a ulterior motive that I have with this entire process is to lay out and outline 3 months of work. And what does that mean to work within 3 months or within 12 weeks, which is 3 months or 3 seasons. So how can like a work of art that you start like anytime, any season, how can it flesh out with that learning a lesson or that 90-degree kind of sticking with that? And I'm practicing it. So where we're at right now is week 7. And I titled this Libra week. And that's funny because it's a Libra moon. That's wild. Oh, that's wild. is on track. We on track even when we off track. So drafting, editing, read through next week, and I do want to talk about this and plan out next time that we can meet. Next time the script will be in its full state, in its full form. So next week, I started off for Monday on 3/13. Is it possible to meet again this time next week? Let me see my phone. At this time, that's next Wednesday on the 15th. At this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Dre, is that work?
The 15th.
Mm-hmm. It's a Wednesday.
15th.
That works.
All right, and it'll be the same time. And then is it possible to I would like to meet again, but we probably won't have to. But next week, do y'all think that y'all have two evenings available just for an hour?
Yeah.
Like Tuesday.
On Tuesday? Okay.
Oh, not well, Tuesday for me, it would have to be after like 3:30 p.m.
Oh no, that's fine. Like this time on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, yeah.
Eastern. All right, I'm gonna put that down. Then we can meet two days, and that would be one day we can read through and chop it up. Any questions y'all can dissect, and then the next day will kind of be more like a character work. Like, hey, Drea, could you do, or just could you try? It would be one of those type of like days. Cool. All right. That's it for me. Thank y'all so much. And
I have a question too.
Yeah.
For whenever, if the fisherman part is you're done with it before the next time we meet, can you let me know when you put it in the Google Doc? Like I just put it in there.
Okay. I can do that. Yep. I can do that. All right. Any more questions? Or like, or just anything, or any like suggestions, or I'm open. All right, look, I appreciate y'all so much.
Alrighty.
This feels good. And all right. Let me stop the recording. Hold on. Where the thing at?
Ooh-wee. I can't wait to. I wonder how it's gonna be when I'm really doing the fisherman part, because I've been so excited just thinking about it. Like,
no, that's gonna be. Oh, okay. That's gonna be so